I really need to change the background and that graphic, but I am lazy. Anyways, yeah. Just let me finish getting everything set up. Almost ready. Bear with me. Bear, I don't know. Okay. Is there sound? Do you guys hear anything? I don't hear anything.
Why do you have a red screen on that screen?
Because don't worry about it. I forgot to plug my mic and headphone in. It's me. Me in a nutshell. Okay, anyways. So, I finished up the one Patreon reward, and I'm still working on the sketch for the second one. And I'm still working on cleaning up that one commission. So I actually didn't have anything super prepped, but I had this piece of art I did for my own personal thing, so I'm going to color it today. Yay! That's right, deal with it. Maybe a little wider. You get to see me do everything from the get-go now. So yeah, I drew and inked this last week in a sketchbook, but now I'm gonna digitize it. So a tedious process. I got a lot of stuff to clean up too. So. So I basically I want to do some arts for there we go. See my folders. For I just realized something. I left the border on this one. Give me 1 second. As you can see, I have no idea what I'm doing. You bigger. So I did this box instead. Yeah, making my window bigger. Ignore me. Because why is this off so much? That better? Yeah. All right. Yeah, because I was having trouble with the constant monitor changes and size changes, so I just like made a box and it's all gonna go in there. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, I wanted to do some art for some of the streams and stuff I've been doing. So this is one of them. This is the karaoke art, obviously. Karaoke. Whoa, where's my mouse? Specifically, it's me and Too Much Wong, because we tend to do the stuff together so far. Somewhere I have pictures of my own avatar. Yeah, that one's good, I think. I'm going to be that person who has to get, like, everything right. I've designed this in pieces, so, like, the initial sketch is completely different than what I ended up with as I tweak stuff. Okay, that looks good. Pressure sensitivity on. What is my tablet sitting on? I don't know. Not spinning anymore. That was weird. Sure. Give me a pickup line, Rex. That actually sounds like you might have a heart arrhythmia. You should go see a doctor. But that is pretty funny, actually. So if you guys, so his joke was, hey, are you or his pickup line was, hey, are you a hopscotch because you make my heart skip a beat? But yes, I would be that type of person who's like, well, sounds like you have a heart arrhythmia. Go see a doctor. Because I'm horrible like that. I drew the buckle stuff on the wrong side. Oh. I'll just correct it as I ink over it, because I do that too. That's actually a really good follow-up. Okay. Goodbye. Why is my tablet being so weird today? What am I doing? Am I putting like weight on it differently? I don't know. Right. Okay, there we go. Slowly. Actually pretty excited today. I reached my first goal on Patreon, so thank you everyone for following me on there, because I've reached my first goal, which means I have to do more stuff now. Oh, how dare you! That's the eraser, that's why it's not drawing. Actually, that comes down to more like right about the belt. Yeah. Yeah, that's a better placement. But I want your money. No, I just was like, I'll never get there that fast. It'll be fine. That's okay. I got to do a coloring page each month now, which means I also got to, figure out what I'm going to be drawing each month for the coloring page. Because I hadn't given that any thought. Yeah, I mean, well, duh. I'm not expecting you guys just to hand me money for free. I mean, you're welcome to, but the whole point of Patreon is you get something back out of it. It's okay. My next goal isn't until 25. No, I would not say no if you offered free money. Feel free to offer free money. I won't say no. Actually, I feel really bad when people give me a lot of money for no reason. Like last year, I was really hurting financially. I mean, I'm still kind of because I lost my job in March. It's almost been a year. I saw it in my time hop me talking about, oh, I'm still working during the pandemic, and I was like, oh gosh, I see the end in sight. But I had a friend who sent me a lot of money for no apparent reason. I don't know her that well, and I felt really bad, but she wouldn't take anything for it. At first, I finally pressured her into taking some art for her children's room. I was like, there, that's it. I'll draw you some art for your children's room. See eraser again. God damn it. Now, like, I'll take tips and stuff on commissions within reason. And I do have, like, donations set up. Right now, I'm taking donations to buy lots of bags for Too Much Wong for his birthday. By bags, I mean burritos. I don't like how that one looks. Maybe this way? Looks really bad, too. Of course, bribery will get you everywhere, is what I told my students. Which is why that one girl who brought me Taco Bell would have passed the class if I had been grading it. No, I teach ungraded art classes, so that's why I always joke that with my kids. I'm not actually going to be bribed into giving them a good grade in a class that doesn't have a grade. I mean, I guess if they wanted a grade, I could give them a good one for bribing me. And their parents could be like, wait, why are you the only one who has a grade in this class? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just realized, how high is my mic? Oh, that's pretty high. I don't think I've adjusted the settings for this in a while. Okay, let me know how the background noise is all and stuff too. I've got music on repeat. That will get stuck in your head. Because I'm too lazy to turn on Pretzel Rocks anymore. I had one time where it went down and I started playing this and now it's become a joke and I'm just going to keep it up. I'm also actually almost to 100 followers on Twitch. I'm 2 away. So I have another project I'm working on ish for that. It's not art related though. Sorry. But once I get there, I will actually put some more effort into it. I was just prepping it. To be fair, I started prepping it when I was at 5 away, and then suddenly I got like 3 back to back, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna catch up on me too. I will say right now, that does not displease me. I hope you're entertained. Ba-da-da-dum. I've actually been for once trying to compile a list of once again, I guess I did that last time too, but I'm trying to make them a little better this time. Compile some songs to have ready to sing during the next karaoke stream at the end of March. So it won't just be the same songs repetitive, because I always like to sing the same ones if I'm left to my own devices. I have certain ones I really like. But like if a song comes on my iPod and I'm like, yeah, I know this one well enough, I've been jotting it down. I don't know how many in the end they'll actually have on there. I'll check that once I make a list of more than the 3 I have on there. I mean, I suppose, to be fair, I haven't had too many repeats yet. No, I have no Ramstein on my list. It's all Japanese. They actually, I think they have some Ramstein on there, but I don't know it. Most of it is probably stuff that's a little dated too. I still have some theme nights I want to do left too, so but I'm trying to do every other one theme and then just random. Because I know like the Gundam one was super fun, but I also know a lot of the people who came to it didn't actually know any Gundam songs. So we were kind of just left to our own devices for what we sing. Which is okay, but that's part of the charm is you guys get to be like, hey, sing this song. Although that didn't work out super well in the Christmas one because we had people giving us Christmas songs we didn't know. I mean, we can always say we don't know it, but generally, I know a lot of songs, just not well. For themes, I definitely still want to do by the end of this year sometime. I have Calafina, of course. Calafina is one of my favorite bands. Slayers, because there's a lot of songs. I was thinking just Hayashibara Megumi in general, but I was like, I think Slayers might have enough alone, and that way I don't have to stick to just her songs in there. '90s anime, because that one is a pretty easy one for me. I know a lot of '90s anime songs. I'm trying to think if I had any other ones. I swear I did. I don't think I had Jam Project, but that was another thought I had to do one. We'll probably have a repeat of the Gundam one since there's so many Gundam songs we didn't touch. Of course, Wong can't follow me on all of them, but once he can, he'll be my assistant on. Unless he's busy. That's the wrong layer. I've already talked to 2 different people, one about the Calafina Night and one about the Slayer's Night, so we'll see. If not, I'll just do them solo. I also thought about Detective Conan, because that one has a lot, but it's another one. That's a more me thing. Now, like a city pop one would probably be very suitable for Wong, but I don't really listen to city pop, so I don't know it as well. So that would make no sense for me to do that on my channel. That's very, very off. Do you guys realize I had fangs? I do. Let's see if I can get them to show. Ah! I have fangs. Reason is because even in real life, I was born without my 2 front teeth. Yeah, I know, ridiculous, right? Well, technically it's the 2 right next to my 2 front teeth, like the 2 center ones. You better not doubt me. But yeah, so I actually in real life basically have fangs because my fangs are in a slightly different position than they should be. And then the teeth next to them also have fang-like properties because they were where the fangs were supposed to be. So they got used like fangs. So yeah, it's kind of weird. So I tend to usually draw myself with a little fang because of it. Yeah, I know there's a human term for it. What is it? I don't know. I don't remember the medical a human term for it. It's been a long day already. The medical term, I don't actually know it. I remember it. I do know it. I don't remember it. Yes, canines. That's what it is. It's like the dog. Woof woof. Yeah, so basically it's almost like I have 4 canines on top instead of 2. and their placement's a little off. I think we talked before about how I used to bite people a lot as a kid. Yeah, it was not fun for them. Yeah, double the fun for me anyways. I was a very violent child. Clearly, I am not a violent adult in the slightest. I don't like how thin that looks. I stopped biting people back in like high school. Yes, I still bit people in high school. But only those who would hug me when I said I didn't want hugs. Respect my personal space, man. Otherwise, you get it. One guy who would not leave my personal space alone still has a scar to this day from where I pretty much bit down into him and wouldn't let go. It was like a dog. Like, no, don't you dare. I mean, perhaps if I still had a desk. No, I'm actually pretty tame in the workplace. You have to be, though. Especially because, I specialize in dealing with clients. In fact, I remember one of the times one of my friends wanted us to do some work for them, because the print shop I worked at, and so she called. And I was the only one there, so I answered the phone, and I answered the phone in like my customer service voice, and she was like, "Who is this?" And then I was like, "Oh, hi, it's me." And she's like, I didn't even know it was you. You sound totally different." Like, yeah, we all have that voice. The customer service voice. Pretend that we like our job. Hello, RTD. I do not miss that job, but I miss the paycheck. I wouldn't say it necessarily sounded dead, but I fortunately only worked retail a short time, but I can understand why retail makes people dead. I just hate to deal with customers, period, though. Yeah, don't we all? Like, I sound happy and like I give a shit, my customer service voice. As one is expected to. Spoiler alert, I did not give a shit. Not to say that all customers were bad, but I had plenty of clients that I was like, what is wrong with you? Hello, Cosplaying Kitten. Thanks for the lurk. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. That's a good way to describe it. Oh, dude, nobody has a happy customer service voice by choice. We all know the customer is not always right. Yeah, exactly. Cosplaying Kitten gets it too. Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, if you know other people in the industry, it's one thing, or anybody who has worked retail or anything where you have to deal with customers and clients directly. Like, yeah, no, they all have that face or that persona that they have to put on. Like, I think I say it's my personal favorite, but as in it's the one I remember the most, annoying me the most. I had a client who wanted bright yellow text on a bright green background, and I had to spend an hour on the phone with her trying to convince her of something else without telling her, you're an idiot, those colors won't work. In the end, she was really persistent that she had to have those color schemes, so I did two variations. I did one where you could actually read it, and then I did the one just like she wanted it, and then she was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, can't read it. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty bad, but design has some of the scariest things for like that, which Cosplaying Kitten can tell you too, since she also has worked design and is still working design. You get a lot of like clients who think they know what they want but don't really understand it. I did enjoy it after a while of the print shop. I would have clients who were like, well, I thought I wanted this, but I don't know, and you're just gonna tell me if it's right or not anyways. Well, I didn't say it. I mean, I never told them to their face like that, but they're like, you're gonna make it look good regardless. So this is a vague idea I have. If it doesn't work, make it look good. And they just let me go with it because they always were happy with what they got. I like those. Those clients were good. Although it is also, I guess, in some ways better than the opposite, where they're like, I don't know what I want, but I want something. Those clients are pretty frustrating too. I mean, it's okay not to know exactly what you want, but like some direction is good. Like for commission arts and stuff, I get a lot of like, I want this character, and that's fine. That's usually enough direction because characters have personality and things they like and stuff like that. So it's a little more direction than I have no idea what I want. Something looks off. What is off with that head? Oh gosh, yeah, I've had that before too. Yeah, actually just character art, like a character. He's not, like I said, that's enough more reference than you'd expect it to be. Oh no. How did you use like a image thing like a waifu 2x, or did you just have to recreate it, kitten? Yeah, we had a client that came in before and wanted recreated it. Yeah, that's unfortunately what you have to do a lot of times. We had one client come in back at the print shop who wanted a picture of their grandmother on like a 4-foot sign, and they gave us like a picture that was like less than an inch tall. Like, and I mean, it was already like a digital image, and I was like, it's a photo. What can I do with this, you know? But they insisted. I told them it wasn't going to look good. I even printed it larger to show them it wasn't going to look good, but they're like, oh, it looks fine. Well, of course, we go and print it, and they're like, this looks horrible. Like, well, yeah. Yeah. I've also noticed a lot of like the smaller businesses and stuff. I feel like they get shafted a lot when they're hiring designers to do work because a lot of them don't have the high quality logos and stuff that they should be getting, because that's part of it. Usually when you're making, like, you have a designer do like a logo and stuff for you, they should be giving you a high res version of it, or at least something like a what do you call them? I'm blinking. Oh my gosh, it's a scalable text file thing that you use in Illustrator. I just blinked on what it's called. Yeah, vector. Yeah, like a vector of some sort. Yep. But yeah, like you usually want something like that. A 7-foot banner would have probably, with, I don't know, how big did she say it was? Oh, she didn't say, but yeah, it would be super pixelated. So if you guys don't understand DPI, let me give you like a brief explanation of DPI, or resolution. Dots per inch is what it means. Every image is made up of dots. So basically, when you're looking at small low-res images, you're usually dealing with about like 40, you know, anywhere from 72 is like the web base. So if we go 72 pixels, and it's just like, when you blow it up, those pixels don't, you're still missing those pixels. So it's just blowing it up and you're getting more and more empty space showing. And that's why everything looks really bad, because it's trying to recreate the data. But I mean, there's only so much it can do. So in general, you want high res stuff. The versions that you guys, yeah, even 300 pixels if the image is small, exactly. As Kitten says, like 300 pixels is usually the generic print size. That's generally a good size for print. But if you have a really small file to begin with, even if it's 300 pixels, you're still running into the same issue. So like, for instance, most of the stuff, like if you guys are getting the high res off of Patreon, those are all 300 pixels. 300 DPI and stuff. But so you could blow them up to a pretty decent poster size. Like I could go, the way they're set, they would fit like on an 18 by 20 poster, no problem. But if you tried to put some of them on like a 7-foot banner, you'd run into the same issue. You're welcome to drop links, Kitten. You should be in the clear to drop links. Giving you guys some design lessons here. Lincoln is the one who made me a designer and taught me how to do art stuff, so. And it is one of those cases where I definitely understand if you're not used to it, how it's not something that you can understand. But I do appreciate the clients, at least, who, like, when you explain to it, they actually try and listen. And for the ones who don't understand, who are willing to understand, or you know, are willing to like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Like if you show them, because some people have to, like, I know there's visual learners and stuff like that. Like I teach children, everyone learns different. I understand that. Yeah, dude, tip me for the design lesson. It's great. Great idea. Actually, every logo I have created for like my books and stuff has a vector file of it, so it can be scaled, because you can get around all of that if you just do vector from beginning. Yeah, those are good clients. And the plus side is the more work you do with clients, like where you have stuff where they can see it, like the more they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we know you know your stuff. By the way, Cosplaying Kitten is an expert logo designer. I definitely think that's her strong suit compared to me. I'm not as good as logos. So like even when I was doing the as written logo, I'm like, Kitten, does this look good? Kitten, does this look good? I kept tweaking it based on her recommendation. So if you ever need to hire somebody for logos, don't come to me. Go to her. Don't worry, I can do other design stuff. Just logos are not my strong suit. Even though I've designed logos for people, yeah. But I also think that's great. Yeah. Well, like I love having other artists and designer friends because I can. Dude, Kathleen Ken, do you still have like your portfolio with your logos up? Drop the link if you do. Let them see your logos. And I know she was working on one, oh, really silly one. I kind of loved it though for, what is it, a Blood Bowl team? Is that what it was called? Guys, I swear I'm not crying. My allergies have just been really triggered all day. So if you hear me sniffling, it's okay. I'm not dying. Not this time. Yes, the boob logo. Yes. It's actually really creative though, and I think it came out really good considering you were given such a weird requirement to work with stuff. You sometimes get that. Yeah, like you'll get clients like that. Oh, you have to shade it still? That's good. I think it was very creative and very effective to what he wanted. I designed a logo for a podcast last month. That was interesting. Although it was nice because like he had some ideas for what he wanted and gave me a couple things, and then I did a 3 variation. Or initially I was doing 2 variations, and then he paid me for a 3rd because he actually paid me to do final versions of 3 variations so he could see what they look like, and then picked which one he liked the best, and then we made some tweaks to it. I was like, dude, that was my first time while doing logos and not feeling like I did crap on it, but it's still not my specialty. Yeah, I was gonna say, you did do the whole team, didn't you? Was there a lot of yellow in that one? No, I'm kidding. She painted the minis for that team too, so. Is that Warhammer? Was or was it a different game? Warhammer? Okay. This is not the eraser this time. I was like, why am I not drawing? I'm not pressing hard enough. Yellow and burgundy. It did have yellow. Was that the one with the model that had like... Oh, okay. Blood Bowl is a spin-off of Warhammer. Okay. Yeah, that's how much I know about minis. I watched Cosplaying Kitten play Warhammer once, I think. I think that was Warhammer. I think it was like a bunch of bugs. Yeah, the lizard team. That's what it was. It was lizards. Age of Sigmar is basically Warhammer Fantasy. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, do it, Monocle Dan. If you need a logo, talk to Cosplaying Kitten. That's her thing. Mostly what I know about Warhammer is this a Tyranid? So yeah, my first experience with Warhammer was one of the years I went to, I think it was my first year actually. I went to Gen Con with Kitten, because I'd gone before, but I had just with that one I went with just Kitten that time, and we were looking through some of the like the bins of stuff for Warhammer, and she's like, yeah, if you you know, I'm looking for some nids, so if you find a nid, like a Tyrannid, nid for short, you know, let me know. And I didn't actually know what a Tyrannid was at the time very well. I wasn't very strong on it, so I was picking up things and just like, is this a Tyrannid? Is this a Tyrannid? And like she's like, no, that's not. And then finally I was like, is this a Tyrannid? And she's like, well, that's part of a Tyrannid. Because it was like half of one or something. So yeah, I now know what they are and I know what they look like, but it just kind of becomes a joke. And whenever she shares her nids, yeah, every foot, every leg, everything. She made Tyrannid cookies once too. They were cute. And then she has Tyrannid earrings too. She likes her nids. So yes, by now I'm familiar with what a Tyrannid is, but back then I didn't, and I was just like, I'm trying to be helpful. Is the least helpful and ask questions every time. I enjoy the nids. They're pretty cool. There's actually some really cool Warhammer models, or that kind of stuff in general, like as spin-off games too. Kitten has done some commissions on them, and I had the chance to see some of them in person, even the ones that were done for other people. And I was like, dang. Like, I'm still really in love with the one, oh gosh, it had like gradient wings. Why do I only have one eye? Oh, because I only drew one eye. It's there. I'm slowly doing it. I'm very bad at this. As you see, Lord of Change. Yeah, Lord of Change, that was it. See, she knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. The difference between the way we do the line arts cosplaying Kitten is that yours can go a little faster than mine because yeah. As you see, I have it all sketched out already, but I have to undo a lot of it. My booty. Yeah, I do have a pretty big booty. I'll collect it. I'll collect your booty too, cosplaying Kitten. Turn around. Actually, somewhere I think I have we did art of really, really back in the day. Would have been college. We have art of cosplaying Kitten and I as pirates. We had some weird ass pirate crew. One of the crew members was a mop. Booty is always the treasure, but you can share your treasure, Kitten. It's fine. I'll share my booty with you if you share with me. Yeah, you should do that. Throw it on the Discord. Those of you who have not joined the Discord, watch for the link and then join it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I give myself so many eyelashes. Oh, dude! I didn't know you could do that. See, I'm dumb. She can make it. Yeah, you can do that too. I'm still learning shortcut keys. I was really excited that I learned how to do alerts. Yeah, I guess it is exactly the same way. It makes sense though. We're using the same bot, I believe. Oh no, my nib from my pen fell out again. I should probably change it instead of just forcing it back in. Knowing us, we probably have the exact same shortcut set for everything. So yeah, guys, be sure to join the Discord and check out stuff. And join us for shenanigans. Also, share pictures of your pets because it's important. Even though I just keep taking pictures of other people's pets. That eyebrow is too thick. That one's too thin. I'm gonna do that thing where instead of moving the canvas, I'm gonna rotate the tablet and myself. I watch other artists and they rotate the canvas and stuff, and I'm just like, I rotate the tablet. I'm weird. Okay. Alright, Nib is still in. Just don't rotate your hand too much. Oh man, Costly Kitten, you need to play. Speaking of rotating hands, you should try Hand Simulator with us one time. There's some really awkward ways you can rotate hands in there. I think a big part of it is because we were raised with traditional art methods, since digital is still somewhat newer. It's kind of hard sometimes to like make that jump without thinking about it. Okay. All right, let's try to draw this microphone now. I also enjoy digital because I can make a mess and clean it up after. Yay! I look down and there's a cat looking at me. Now she's looking at her dad. Kana, what do you want? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and hide that for a second. Adding some texture to the mic. Derp. You're not wrong. Arata really likes straws. That's what he usually wants. They randomly gave me an extra straw today at Taco Bell. I had a late doctor's, or it's like an afternoon doctor's appointment, so I was just like, I'll just grab lunch on the way back. It's okay, for Arata that's important. Extra straws. Good though, because then I can throw away the ones that start getting nasty. Because my cat likes to chew on straws. And then Kana, which is Too Much Wong's cat, likes to play with milk rings. Oh, they're very easily amused. Which isn't a bad thing. It is. Definitely cheaper than toys. Although, Kitten got them that banana toy that they absolutely love. So they have their favorite toy now. I remember when we were really young and we had, because we always grew up with 2 dogs and a cat, like at our childhood, Kitten and I. And like, I remember our one dog, Misty, when we were really young, like tied up socks, like old socks, just tie them in a knot, and she really liked those. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that banana. Like all the cats love it. Because Kitten brought hers over when she was staying with us briefly after the whole fire conundrum, and like Arata fell in love with it when it was over, and then she got one for. Yeah, Misty did actually eat a piece of the play food chicken. It was the plastic one. It had a bite out of it. It was like a dog did that. Misty was weird. Although, because I was so young, what I remember the most about Misty was watching TV and laying on her like a pillow. Misty was a beagle. Oh, what other? God, what other beagle? I don't think it was German Shepherd. She was a beagle something mix. She wasn't full beagle. She wasn't super tall, but she's definitely bigger than me. Okay, it was a beagle shepherd mix then. Yeah. Because I know there was beagle in there. She was very floofy though. And then I know Muffy was the other dog. Like our first animals were Misty, Muffy, and Dinsey. And Muffy was a. They told us she was like a Dalmatian mix or something, but she was actually like a lab mix. I don't think she had any Dalmatian in her. Did you guys just hear my line go off? Sorry, I did not mute my line. Oh yeah, Greyhound was one because I don't think there was actually Dalmatian in her, even though they said it was. I'm pretty sure the dotting came from the Greyhound. She was really, really thin and wiry. She wasn't super big or tall like you'd expect a Greyhound, and she wasn't like as thin as they are. But yeah, she had it in her with the snout. The thing I remember most about Muffy was when we had this staircase that like it was partially blocked by a wall that would lead up to the upstairs. So when we got in trouble, we had to sit in timeout on the stairs. And a couple of the times when I got put in trouble and had to sit out timeout on the stairs, I would cry and throw a tantrum because kids do that. And Muffy would howl when I cried, and it would make me more mad and more upset, and my mother encouraged it. No, Muffy was a good dog though. I liked her. She might have had a very little if she did, but yeah, it was definitely not a lot. She had a lab build more than anything. And then Dinsey was a male calico? I don't think he was a dilute calico. I think he was just a calico. But obviously most male calicos only have 2 colors instead of the 3. It's very rare that a male has 3, and generally if they do, they are sterile. But yeah, he was just a 2-tone. I always thought he was really big, but I guess he really wasn't. Just for a young kid, he seemed big. I once tried to ride him as a horse. He did not agree. I used to have a scar on my thumb where he bit me after that time, but eventually it went away. And then, was Callie our next cat? She was a calico. She had a raccoon tail. Talking about pets now, guys. I'm reminiscing. I remember Suki and Bailey the most for the dogs because I was older when we had those. Bailey was a beagle. Little chubby beagle. Suki was our first train walker coonhound. That worked out well. Basically, she looked like a beagle on steroids. Suki was a good dog, though. I like Suki. She was my friend. Once she took a rice ball right out of one of my friend's hands during one of our anime clubs. It was great. I have such weird memories about them. My mother still has train walker coonhounds now. That's actually what started it. For a while, she had like 5. It was ridiculous. Yeah, Suki had great taste in food. She never really begged, but it's like she'd always want to come down during anime club because people had food. And we, watched her and it wasn't a problem. And she was never like that, she never had taken anything, but I guess Satori was not paying enough attention and she just helped herself to the rice ball she was holding. Because we'd always make onigiri for it. Because, it was nice and easy to make. Took no effort. You make rice in a rice cooker, throw it in a mold. I think she also stole one of Satori's hot dogs before, too. It was always Satori who had her food still in. Yeah, I never had Suki try to take food from me. By the way, her name was S-U-K-I, as in love Suki, not T-S-U-K-I, as in Moon Suki. Eventually, our animals' pets went to Japanese names, obviously. I don't think I've actually made onigiri myself in a long time, but sometimes when I go to the Japanese marketplace, I like to get the sake onigiri, which is salmon. It's very yummy. I think I would lose it if they had a crab onigiri of some sort. Their crab sushi is so good already as it is. Make that a little. The arm and the wrist don't match up. I did get a tamagoyaki pan, so I still need to actually make tamagoyaki. But I was this costochondritis, not Costco. I kept calling it Costco chondritis. I do not have a Costco inside of me. Sorry, you'll have to get deals elsewhere. Yeah, that looks better, I think. Yeah, sorry. I mean, you're welcome to give me the money you'd spend on Costco membership. It just won't get you like in bulk deals on food or ghost orbs. Now, in real life, Wong has the Costco membership, so I can go to Costco, just not inside myself. No, I don't know why it was when everyone was telling me about it, because I had some friends online who recommended me ask my doctor about that with the chest pain, and I was like, for some reason I kept remembering it as Costco chondritis instead of Costo, but it helped me remember it at least. But it was like, yeah, I was like, I told a couple people it was Costco, and they were like, what? Like, never mind, I don't have Costco. It sounds terrifying, but it's not that bad. It actually goes away on its own. And it's not uncommon, something that I don't normally get. Because I am like notorious for like getting diseases at really weird times and things. Yeah, it's actually a lot better. It's been getting better, which is good. I'm having less and less pain and stuff from it, so one day it will go away. And by one day, I mean it actually might be all better by next week if all goes, according to Keikaku. I also haven't been coughing as bad, which helps. Our neighbors and their smoke, it just keeps irritating my allergies, so it is not helping. They did a bunch of tests for it though, just in case, and tested like my heart and stuff. And they're like, "Wow, your heart's working." Like, I know, right? One part of me that works. It's actually really funny back when they first started doing all this blood work. So I basically have started have like blood work back in like high school, like late middle school, because I was having major muscle spasms. So I've been going through like this weird stuff for a long time. But when they when they first started doing some blood work and stuff, the only thing that ever showed up as anything unusual reading wise is I had a high level of potassium, which means absolutely nothing. Not dangerously high, just higher. Everything else, I was on the low end, but that one I was on the high end on. And they're like, what? They're always like, did you eat a banana before you came? And I was like, no, I don't actually. I love bananas, but I don't actually eat them that much. So it was some weird thing, which is good because that means my heart is strong. Because potassium helps your heart. But yeah, I did an EKG thingy or whatever. Hooked me up to some wires, did some electronic testing. My heart is good. Yeah, so if you're worried about your heart, eat bananas. Bananas. Also, if you ever need to hide a nuke, get a bunch of bananas. The radiation of a truck full of bananas is comparable to what is it, like they call it like a stick or whatever of plutonium. Don't worry, guys. I know lots of random stuff. Yay! Yeah, that's good. Of course, when I had my EKG thing done, I don't know if did you see your results when they came out? Because I could see like the little thing when it came out, and I was like, I've had so many tests. I was like, I know that's okay. That means it's fine. They can't tell you, but I could see it, and I was like, I understand this. Yeah, keep that important information about nukes. You might need it later. Especially considering how many Gundam systems, especially UTC timeline, are using nuclear power. I like to collect really random facts. Like earlier, I think it was earlier today, or it might have been yesterday, I was talking about this. We were talking about like dangerous animals randomly. Did you guys know, do you know what the animal that kills the most people in the world is? And yes, this is something I actually know and don't have to look up. It's probably not what you think it's gonna be. No, they don't put people on that list, unfortunately. Although you're probably right, it is probably people. Is it air? That's not an animal. But yeah, so like most people like on surveys and stuff tend to guess like, you know, dogs or sharks or stuff like that. Actually, sharks barely kill anyone. Dogs do kill more than sharks. But they tend to be like actually like little dogs, not big dogs. We're not talking like Dobermans and Rottweilers and stuff. It is cows. It is cows. Yep. Cows are the animals that kills more than anything else in a year. And I mean it's such a high number. Nothing is compare. And I don't mean cows pick up like an axe and start murdering people. It's because people get trampled and kicked by cows on farms. But yeah, cows are the number one killer of the animal that kills the most people in a year. I find that hilarious, but also terrifying. Don't trust cows. Important information, guys. I also think, was it crocodiles kill more people than like dogs too? Sharks is really low on the list. So you don't have to worry about shark attacks. I think jellyfish might be higher than that too. But yeah, if you're not talking, you know, animals that aren't like that don't talk, I think humans would be number one. Because humans do kill themselves a lot, kill each other a lot. Just reading a sad article earlier today about 4 people dead in Indianapolis over a stimulus check. One of those 4 people was a 7-year-old girl. I was like, oh, that's so sad. Okay, I think I got the cord done. Ooh, long cord. It still keeps going. It wraps around both of us. That said, I just still don't think cows are particularly scary, though. I just don't want to, you know, get kicked by one or trampled. Knowing my luck, I'm going to die by petting something I shouldn't be petting. Just tell them my last words were psst. I don't even know if that picked it up. Psst, psst, psst. Is that picking it up? Psst, psst, psst. Okay, it is. Sorry, I couldn't see my sound, so you guys got to hear me do that a couple times. Oops. I have some filters on the mic, so it's not picking up excess noises, extraneous noises. Do you guys know what a rakibutyrophobia is? Yay! Tip, did my alert not work? I put my alert on this layer. Oops. I mean, yeah, grab that. Guys, give me a sec. I'm gonna jump scenes. Did I just copy this? Yeah, back to here. Derp. Haha, it's back. Well, now next time I get a thing like that, it will actually give me an alert. I haven't actually been on this page because, yeah. Yeah, well, the Corgo would have been on that page that I jumped to the scene, but we're not in Discord together. So obviously I'm not on Discord chat at all. Just me talking to myself here. And you guys. Raccoon the dog. Hoping to have some more time to play some more. Am I gonna whip Wong? No, we're tangled up in a karaoke, like a microphone cord. I thought it was funny. I asked him what facial expression he wanted, and he was like, I want to be happy. I was like, I was gonna make you look like, oh no, not again. But he's like, nah, I want to be happy. I like this. I was like, okay. And then he was like, sit on me, please. As you can see, I am sitting on him in this picture. I thought it was funny. To be fair, he would probably enjoy in some way getting whipped. I swear he's a masochist. And you guys feel free to tease him about that if we're on later playing Dying Light. We did sit on him once for a cosplay pick. We both sat on him. I don't even remember what we were dressed as. Well, Wong is the one who named you Raccoon the dog. He was trying to figure out what it meant because we made you a dog. Rin and Saber. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, right. That was when we were just doing it. I think I was actually Heroine X. It was fun. Fun times, man. I know when we did 2B in 9S, he not only requested me strangling him at one point. Yeah. If you remind us later, I have the picture somewhere. I just gotta dig it out. I was from C2E2 one year. My profile picture is still on Facebook is still the one Kitten took of us at C2E2 last year, I think. Well, there's scenes from Near Automata, so he wanted to redo them, but it was funny because he's like, "Oh man, like do the strangle scene," and we're like in the middle of the show floor doing this, and we're off to the side, we're not in the way of traffic, but we had so many people stop and grab photos too because they're like, "This is great," and I was like, just straddling Wong for photos for a while. Nothing weird here. I'm not gonna spoil the game. I recommend you guys play it. It's such a good game. I'm going to bring Kitten into the dark side and make her do A2 with us too, so we'll have the whole cast. Wahaha. I don't know if I actually have a shot myself of the strangling one. I know I know I have the one of Kitten and me sitting on Wong, and then I have the one of me sitting on Wong from S2B and 9S. You do some weird stuff when you're in cosplay. Okay, it's totally normal though at cons. They're creating Wong in cosplay. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's in the Discord. Yeah, I would say sometimes this is the funnest though. I love all the really goofy pics. Like, it's okay to be serious for some photos, but sometimes you just gotta do something dumb. And then for a while, for some reason, every photo people were getting of, I think they were like, I don't know if it was just like random selfies or what, that is of Kitten and me. I always looked like I was trying to eat her. So it just kind of became a meme for like, that was like 2 years ago, I think. Maybe last year. I don't even know. The years are blurring together. Lots of photos of me trying to eat Kitten. I will say it's both strange and slightly productive. Ones that I've taken was with Kitten at our first Otakon, where we didn't have a lot of money and we wanted food, and some guy, yes, I have some of me groping you too. And some guy offered Kitten and I like $10 if we posed reference for a commission he was working on. And it wasn't anything like risque or anything. It was just like a cute, happy lesbian couple. So I'm like, yeah, just gonna, pose with my older sister like this for right now. It's fine. I think he just wanted to give us money and we wouldn't just take it, and so that's how he did it, but it was still funny. Kitten's Himiko cosplay has like the paw prints at like the perfect spots, so sometimes I have to touch them. It's important. Also, after you've been at cons for a while, everything just starts to go like, it doesn't matter, this is fine. Yeah, they're like target spots. I don't even think she did it. I know she didn't do it intentionally. It's just where they came out on the way she set it up, like when she put it on. So they're paw prints is what they are. Like, what is that? Oh, that's Wong's ear. I recommend everyone do something dumb, but legal, in cosplay at least at one point. Of course, you have to go out and cosplay in public as in cosplay at least at one point. I mean, I've done it several times personally. I specifically enjoyed the one time one of my friends, I had just gotten done with a local event, so I stopped at it with another friend at Walmart. And this was like years ago, back when it was still safe to do stuff. But yeah, so we stopped at Walmart to grab, I guess, like snacks or something, because he was going to come over and we were going to watch some Doctor Who together, because I watched Doctor Who with him. So he's dressed as the 10th Doctor. I'm dressed as Saber in her lion suit from Carnival Phantasm. And like, I had made a post about how like the Doctor and a lion walk into Walmart. I'm sure there's a punchline there. And one of my friends commented, he's like, you know what? I saw that. I was at Walmart and I saw the Doctor and I saw the lion, and I was like, made me think of you. But I was like, nah, she wouldn't walk into Walmart in a lion suit. You're wrong. I would. I have no shame. I'd do it again. And I once run around as Midna for a really long chunk of the day because I did a photo shoot and then we had errands to run afterwards. So I'm like in all full Twilight Princess Midna running around doing errands. And we stopped to grab donuts, which was not an errand. I just wanted donuts. We did go out for a pancake breakfast when we were all in our Persona 5 cosplay, but we were in their casual clothes, so it didn't look that bad. But we were like, dude, we're Persona 5, we have to go get pancakes. We sadly did not have an Akechi. We went and got pancakes in his honor. Hey, look, something happened. Thanks for the raid, Ranafe! I have an alert now. I hear things. Yeah, that's the fun though. I also like that certain conventions are just like whatever. Because they're so used to cosplay. One of my first years at Gen Con, I did Kogaiji, which is a male character with an open shirt. So there's a lot of tape involved for obvious reasons. And we were at a restaurant, and I was with Rajamitsu and Samaru, and Rajamitsu was also dressed as she was dressed as Goku from Seiki, so we got two of us in drag. And then Samaru was just a guy. I don't even know if he was in cosplay at that point or if he was just wearing clothes. I mean, obviously he'd be wearing clothes. But like, I guess our waitress heard us talking, and so she was able to identify that there was at least one female at the table. But I don't think she was sure which one it was. So I'm not sure. Maybe not. But yeah, so she comes back while Samaru is in the bathroom and gives us our bill, and she's like, "Have a good day, lady." Sirs, like, she was so confused. She's like, "I don't know which one of you is which," and we're both laughing. We're like, "Yeah, both of us are girls. It's okay." We didn't tell her that. We just laughed. Although my favorite moment with the Kogaiji cosplay will still be one of the years I was in Seattle for SakuraCon. And I was hanging out with my some of my Sanzo cosplayers friends. And we went to Capital Cider, which is amazing. And like, I had been hanging out with them for hours, so they had seen me all day in that same outfit. And I sit across from one of the girls because two of them were cosplayed as Link, and then it was the Sanzo who was cosplayed with me. So I sat next to the Sanzo, and like the two Links are sitting across me, and like the one, I guess it didn't occur to her. The other one noticed like right away because we had a bunch of jokes about it. But like, she sits down and she's looking at me and she's like, "You're not wearing a shirt." I was like, "Wow, it took you that long to notice, huh?" Just the way she said it was hilarious. You're right, I should have given them finger guns. Finger guns are always the answer. I'm honestly not offended if people mistake my gender in costume because, you know, that's kind of the point. If I'm supposed to be a male character, it's good that people think I'm a male character or male. Yeah, honestly, I don't really think I care either because I don't really think that much about gender and don't care. In fact, I actually tell my students if they want to call me ma'am to call me sir because it makes me laugh. I don't like being called ma'am. I would rather be called sir for sure. I also know, like, especially in like retail and stuff, sometimes you're just like, the people just get so stressed and overwhelmed that it's like their brain stops working. So they're not saying stuff to be offensive. They're literally just like, brain.exe is not found. If they're saying it meanly or something, it would be a problem. But yeah, no, I don't honestly find that big of it. Now, if I mistake someone's gender and they correct me, I am more than happy to, you know, rectify that because sometimes I make mistakes. I'm only human. Also, making mistakes is pretty much what I do. Yeah, I think the only time I've really had people get confused on my gender would be online or in costume. The online thing was funny because I know back in the olden days of RP forums, the amount of people who thought I was like an Asian male, and then when we did those show a picture of yourself threads and I dropped like this blonde hair girl, they're like, "What? Who is that?" Like, that's me. Too much Wong says people thought he was a girl. Mostly because apparently he writes with lots of emojis and happy stuff. Welcome back, WB. Kids WB. I don't know, that's what I thought of when you put WB. Actually, at ASIN, how do people? I don't think you type like one, but I was gonna say, I don't think I ever thought you were a girl online. Sorry, line messages again. I think one of my favorite instances of gender thing was actually Wong was cosplaying as a Stoffel, and this was at ASIN a couple years back, and we had bought ice cream from an ice cream truck. Obviously, that's where ice cream comes from. But I was carrying them. No, that was my line. Yeah, sorry, that was mine. I forgot to mute Lion, and I've had a couple messages come in. But yeah, so he's just a Stoffel, which you know is a trap character from Fate. If you don't know it, it's a trap character. It's actually a boy. But yeah, God damn it, Lion. Just talking about VTubers in a chat. But anyways, so yeah, like I was holding his form because with the armor and stuff, it's hard for him to hold it. And Morge is a lot easier for me to carry stuff in. So I was carrying his ice cream too. And like this guy stopped and asked for a photo, and he was like, "Oh, nice choice on the ice cream." And I had the what is it, Sanic ice cream or whatever for Wong in my hands. And I was like, "Oh, that's not mine, that's his." And I, motion over to him as a Stolfer. And like the guy looks at him for a second, and you're like, you can just tell he's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Oh, right, because a Stoffel is a boy." And I was like, I don't think he realizes that was literally a boy dressed as a Stoffel. But okay, we'll go with that. It was pretty funny. At least I thought it was pretty funny. And then, of course, at YomaCon, the last time YomaCon was held, we went as Mikasa and Armin from Attack on Titan. I was Armin, he was Mikasa. And he even borrowed one of my bras and stuffed it with rice, so he had fake boobs. But he wouldn't say anything all day because he didn't want to sound manly. So, like, he had the scarf over his face and just didn't say anything. So I'm sure, and I know in the past when he's done that variation, people have mistaken him as a girl. It was just great. It's okay, cosplay, you're supposed to do that though. Honestly, I don't care if he did that normally either. Life's too short to care about crap like that. Alright. Let's see. I'm working there. I accidentally hit the wrong thing. Got a long way to go still, but yeah, that's the inking is coming along. I'm gonna have to adjust that head again. I don't like how it looks. I think the head's too big. But yeah, I'll finish it. I'm gonna actually go back to working on stuff I have to get done though after this. But yeah, I'm getting off in case that wasn't obvious based on that. But yay! I still need to change that and make a better background. But yeah, I might be back online a little bit later tonight playing more game. So we'll see. Yeah, thanks for that, Ratafe. Gee, I wonder who the 10th Patreon is. Thank you for that too. I was excited. Like now I have to actually do stuff. How dare you? All right. Have a good night, everyone. Go eat food.